In this video, I'm going to tell you about 7 of the best side hustles to start in 2023 with little or no money. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the inside scoop on each one of these side hustles. I've either started them myself, ran these businesses, or I know folks who have. So I'll give you the inside scoop. But I'm also going to tell you why each one of these side hustles are a good opportunity. I'm going to tell you about the benefits of starting each one of them. I'll tell you what it takes to get started. And finally, I'm going to tell you how you can go about getting business. Again, it's the inside scoop. You'll learn how it is done. That's all up next right here on Side Hustle Rules. Come on. Welcome to Side Hustle Rules. My name is Lou Reyes. Now, if you're new to my channel, let me tell you, I'm a startup consultant. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I spent my entire career building businesses. I built a chain of business-to-business magazines. I built a weekly newspaper, 2 national trade show companies. I ran a weekly radio program, and I started almost a dozen other businesses. And I started those businesses from scratch. Now, I also run the Over 50 TV and the Side Hustle Rules YouTube channels. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to give you the inside scoop on the 7 side hustles that I mentioned in the opening of this video. I'll tell you how it's done. I'll tell you more importantly how you can do it. So let's get to it. Let's talk about the 7 best side hustles to start in 2023 with little or no money. Graphic designer. Now this is a great opportunity for those of you out there who have some design experience, or maybe you are somebody who just says, hey, you know what? I love creating designs. I love creating art. Well, this is a great opportunity. It is something that I've done. I got my start in graphic design. So to me, embarking on a graphic design business, it's just a smart move. And it's a smart move for some compelling reasons. First, businesses and people, individuals, they're increasingly reliant on visually appealing content for communication. It could be creating an ad for a company. It could be creating some art, some invitations for somebody's wedding, but creating as a graphic designer really is a good opportunity. You can make some good money at it. Again, as I said, I started my career doing it. Now, some of the benefits of being a graphic designer that I liked was the flexibility. You get a lot of flexibility. It's an autonomous, or what I would just say is there's a lot of autonomy because you're working on your own. Or if you build it over time, as I did, you build up your crew, you build up a team, and you know what? Then you just run a graphic design business and you just churning out that copy. It's a great benefit. You can make some good money. Now, what you're going to need to get started, I will say this, you're going to need some design skills. You can't get into this business without some skills. You're going to need a computer, obviously. You're going to need some proficiency with a graphic design program. Now, currently what I do is I use a program called Canva. It's real easy to use. It's got a lot of templates. It's one of the nicest, easiest, best programs I've ever used for graphic design. I also have my MacBook Pro M2. So if I'm going to do some designs for myself or work with one of my teammates, my team members, well, you know what? We just hop on our computer. We look at the Canva program. We get it going. Now, how do you get business? Well, for now, what I would suggest is you use Upwork, but I'd also use social media posts, and I would do some networking. Networking really is a great way to get business. You get a couple accounts, word of mouth travels, word of mouth spreads. Before you know it, you're running a nice business that's making money. Event manager. I started this video by telling you that I'm going to give you the inside scoop on every single one of these side hustles. And certainly when it comes to event management, I could give you the inside scoop. When I launched my first chain of business-to-business magazines, I created one single event, a small little event that actually grew, that blossomed into a business that generated millions of dollars a year in sales. And it was through one small event. And what I did was I went to a venue. I let them know that I wanted to create an event, hold an event at their facility. And then what I did is I went out and got some sponsors, put it all together, organize the whole event. And what happened was just within a 2.5, I think it was 2.5 month period, what we had was the start of a very, very successful business. So what does it take to become an event manager? Well, it's really something that I would just say is pretty simple. Number one is you're going to have to be organized. If you're organized and if you can handle a little bit of pressure, because there is going to be some pressure when it comes to the day of the event, well, yeah, that's what you're going to need. Now, what are some of the benefits besides the financial benefits? And I can tell you, just starting out on a small event, you can make a few $1,000s and you can graduate depending on how big you want to make that event. And you can do it for businesses or you can do it for consumers. But again, beyond the financial prospects is the flexibility. You're setting the schedule. You're setting the schedule that aligns with your interests and really with your lifestyle. If you're someone who has a family and you don't have enough time, a lot of time, well, yeah, you know what? You set it to your lifestyle. Also, what do you need to get started? Well, you should have some kind of references. At the very minimum, have a business card. And then I'll say this, you want to have some sales ability because you're talking to someone, you're letting them know you can do or manage an event for them. So some sales ability is going to be necessary. How do you get started? How do you get your business? Well, post on social media. Do some networking, which is exactly what I did. Also knocking on a few doors, and I mean literally knocking on a few doors, letting them know you're an event manager and you'd be happy to manage an event for them. How do you find an event? Sometimes you create one. Other times you do what I do, and as you're scouring online, you're looking at places in your area, you're seeing that they have an event coming up and you offer your services. That's how you do it. Event manager, a great way to make a few $1,000s or a lot more. Dog walker or pet sitter, and don't scoff at this opportunity, my friend, because it's a great opportunity to build a business. I've got a good friend of mine who has one of these types of businesses. He does both, walks dogs, does pet sitting, and you know what? He makes a few $1,000s every single month. He's really built a nice business, and I believe that you can do it too. What do you need, though? What do you need to be a pet sitter or a dog walker? Well, you've got to have, number one, you really want to enjoy being around pets. That's obviously very, very important. Your four-legged friends, if you enjoy hanging, if you enjoy walking with these animals, if you enjoy sitting with them, yeah, you know what, you can make some money. Pet owners will spend money because they love their pets. It's a great business to start. Now, what you're going to need is, number one, is you will need a desire and a love of animals. If you're just doing it for the money, it's going to come through. That pet owner is going to know it right away. So you've got to have a genuine desire and a love of animals. And the best way to get started, at least from what I've seen, is posting on social media. Talk to a few folks, let them know what you're doing. And you know what happens? Word of mouth travels fast. And when it comes to pets, people want someone they can trust, people they want someone they know will care. So yeah, don't scoff at this. To me, I've seen it happen. I've seen people making money with this, and I know for a fact it's a great opportunity. Business coach. Now, if you have extensive experience in business, why not consider using that experience to help others to either overcome a problem, overcome an issue, or help them to build a successful business? So what do you need if you want to become a business coach? Well, obviously, number one, as I mentioned, you should have extensive business experience. You also, I believe, you should have a sincere desire to help someone, because it's not going to be all about the money when you're getting a call at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or maybe you're getting a call at 10 o'clock at night from some business owner who's got an issue that just can't wait. It's pressing. They want to ask you a question. Well, you've got to be able to grab that phone, hop on that phone, or maybe even get on a Zoom and walk them through that issue. So you want to have a sincere desire to help folks. Now, what are the benefits beyond the financial rewards? Well, number one, as I just mentioned, number one to me, it's just the ability, the reward of helping someone through a difficult time, a business owner through a difficult time. But some of the other benefits, so it's the schedule. You're setting a schedule that works or aligns with your schedule. You're also working with folks that you want to work with. You're working with people that maybe are like you. You've got extensive experience. There's someone who needs it. They have a desire to grow their business. So you're working with people that you really like. How do you get started? Best way to do it is through networking. I find that's the easiest way to do it. You can also post on social media. You can also develop, I recommend developing a mailing list so that you can contact people on a regular basis just to give them updates. But a business coach, it's a great way for you to earn money and for you to give back. Online course creator. So why is an online course creator, why is it a good opportunity, and what does an online course creator do? Well, first of all, becoming an online course creator is a rewarding venture. It's a rewarding business, and it's a business that aligns with this growing demand for accessible education and this online learning industry. You know what? It's booming. There's a huge audience. There's a huge audience of folks that are eager to learn new skills and to acquire knowledge. And as a course creator, what you're doing is you're sharing your expertise, you're establishing authority in your field, and you're also generating a sustainable income. Now, some of the benefits of this type of a business, well, the flexibility to design courses that suit your expertise and your passion. So it aligns perfectly with what you want to do and what you have, the experience that you have. Becoming a course creator, it not only capitalizes on the market trends, but it can also be very fulfilling for those of you who really do want to make a meaningful impact on education. Now, what you're going to need to get started is obviously expertise in a particular area. You got to have the ability to create a course that offers value. You don't want to just throw a course up there that you're hoping someone's going to pay for. They'll never come back. They may even want a refund. You want to create a course that offers value. And then what you do is you find an online platform that allows you to put your course up there. And there's many. I use Teachable, but there's also Thinkific, there's Kajabi, there's Udemy, and there's Podia. You can use any one of those courses or any one of those platforms to upload your course to. How do you get business? Well, social media posts. You could partner with content creators. You could also use word of mouth. You know, if you create a course and someone really enjoys it, they find it very beneficial, they're going to tell another person who's going to tell another person. Also, I recommend this. Always develop a mailing list. Personal trainer. So why is a personal trainer? Why is this a great opportunity for a side hustle in 2023? Well, I'll give you one statement here. If you've got a good customer base, say you've got 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5 steady customers who are each paying you $50 to $100 each per week, well, it's easy to just go ahead and do the math, and you can see that you can be making $1,000 to a couple $1,000 a month just as a side hustle. And this personal fitness industry, well, it is witnessing a surge. It's a surge in demand for expert guidance, especially for us folks who, as we're getting older, we want to stay in shape, we want to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Well, what do? We call in a personal trainer. People who are personal trainers, they range from somebody who is working with a person on their physique, or maybe they're working with them in a holistic way. They're helping them with their diet and maybe even their lifestyle. And as a personal trainer, you're not only contributing to that lifestyle, to that health of that person, but what you're also doing is you're enjoying the rewards of a healthy and an active lifestyle. Never have I met a personal trainer who didn't walk the walk. They talked it, they walked it. Some of the benefits, well, number one is flexibility. You set your own schedule. If you want to do it on the weekends, maybe evenings, maybe early morning, you're setting your schedule. But beyond the financial gains, again, it's a satisfaction that's derived from helping clients achieve their fitness goals. And to me, it always, when I see a person who's a fitness trainer, and I know a few, work with a few, you know what? They feel like they've accomplished something. And I feel, after I come out of that session, I feel like I've accomplished something too. So becoming a personal trainer offers a lot of benefits. Now, what are you going to need to get started? Well, you obviously do need an expertise in a particular activity. If you've got a certification, that's going to help you too. How do you get the business going? Well, it's word of mouth, social media posts, a mailing list. You help someone, they're going to tell somebody else, that person's going to tell somebody else, and before you know it, you've got a nice client base, and you can limit the size of your client base. You can make a few $100s a week to a few $1,000s a month. It's up to you. It's up to what you put into it. Virtual assistant. This is the last of my 7 best side hustles to start in 2023. And I want to remind you that each one of these side hustles, you can start with little or no money. So why is this a good opportunity? Well, number one, the demand for virtual assistants is really surging. And it's surging because of this need for more workplace flexibility. Also, a lot of employers, companies are looking at cost-saving measures and they're hiring virtual assistants to do some of the work. Now, what does a virtual assistant do? Well, a virtual assistant is really what I would just say is a remote administrative contractor. So they're a self-employed person, they're a contractor. They typically help with office management duties, but they can also assist in a lot of other ways. Some folks that I've seen as personal assistants will help with content. They'll do some social media posts. They'll also do some design work or marketing and maybe even some other media-related business responsibilities. Now, some of the benefits that you'll have, and I think other than the financial benefit, is this flexibility. You'll be able to work out of your home or really work from just about anywhere. That's really a great, great benefit. How do you get started? Well, you start out by posting on social media posts. You can also, through word of mouth, let folks know that you are available. But I think one of the best ways to do it is really just go on social media. Some folks, and I've seen folks do this as well, what they'll do is they'll go on like Indeed or some of the other platforms. They just let people know that they're available. So it's just a great way to get work. Well, there you go, folks. I've just told you about the 7 best side hustles to start in 2023. And as I mentioned, you can start any one of these side hustles with little or no money. And I think that makes these side hustles very, very attractive, especially if you're somebody who wants to make some extra cash and you just don't want to, at least in the beginning anyway, you don't want to, or you can't afford to put money into starting a business. Now, I will say this, if you do decide to start one of these and you build it up over time, it could become, I think any one of these could become a full-time money-making business. And if you really are ambitious, you could really turn it into a nice business where you've got other folks doing the work for you while you're managing it. That's a desire that you have. It's something I always think about, so I just want to mention that. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to make a comment in the comment box or send me an email. Also, if you are inclined and you really want to dive deeper into any one of these side hustles or learn about other side hustles, join us on our Patreon page, the Side Hustle Rules Patreon page. You can also schedule an appointment with me, book an appointment. I've got a link in the description box, so you can go ahead and do that. Well, that's all I got for you. As I always say, have a great day, everybody.